So
me and Survivor match.
Yeah, so I ain't gonna lie. Now, at first, because they didn't show the extra slot, that told me that this was just gonna be a 4-way. As when I was looking at it, so I thought, okay, we had a 4-way. So I'm thinking, okay, the way this match is going, it looked like West is gonna win this bitch. But then they're like, oh no, we had the 4th member. I'm like, oh, we have the 5th member. I'm like, oh really? Oh, I wonder who they're gonna go. Next thing you know, that clock is coming down. I'm like. And you hear that thing and you like, oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
And you see everyone's eyes. They all shook like, oh, fuck. And boy, was that a true oath, because they all got smacked. Boy, everybody was in trouble. This man was coming left and right. Lord have mercy.
Right.
So... And to make sure that this was an emphatic win, they gave him a double pin, and then the clock ran out. Hey, well, I'm trying to tell you,
that was crazy.
Open feel me, man. Yeah. I feel sorry, Trick. I feel sorry for you, bro. I feel sorry for you.
So that's Trick Williams' next opponent, Open Femi, and it looks like with the transfer window being open, Trick Williams about to enter the transfer window. That's what it looked like to me. Yeah. So we get that at what New Year's Eve?
Yep. More like the South.
New Year's Evil, whatever they call it.
Yeah, New Year's Evil.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. So the Lola Vice and Jada Parker match. What you think about it?
Honestly, it went like we all thought it was gonna go. You know, okay, yeah, this is your match. Blah blah blah. Like, okay, right. I didn't really care for it. It's like it's whatever. It's like I said. Once you put in a match that is quote unquote meant for you, I mean, it's hard to believe that you can lose at this point.
Pretty much. So that match was a nice little basic match. Just to solidify the second win goes to Lola Vice. And the grudge match should be like a last woman standing match. I believe that's what they're gonna do. I believe that's what it's gonna be, last woman standing.
If not, I won't be surprised if it's a street fight.
That was the first one. Yep. So the first one was Jada Parker match, the street fight. You know, she liked the street fight. Second one was the underground, which is Lola Vice territory. The third one, I'm pretty sure gonna be last woman standing. I guarantee you that. I'm calling that shit.
It's gonna be something. Hey, you may not know. It may be a woman's I Quit match.
Okay, yeah. Now that's another one. Yep, you can throw that one on the table. Yep, but I believe it's gonna be last woman standing. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's an women I Quit match. Both of them.
The only reason I throw that in, the only reason I threw that in there, when you think about the hand, right? It's pretty much an easy target. Like, the more damage you put on it, eventually you have to consider you gotta break that bitch or you gotta quit so you can save your hand before it gets even further damage. So that's why I popped in my head like, this might be an I Quit match.
Could be. That'd be interesting too, though. It pretty much they both on the same level. Except one, you got to stay down for 10 seconds. The other one, you got to make them say I quit. So they're pretty much on the same level. Weapons and all that shit involved, tables and chairs and shit. A lot of outside the ring violence. Oh, we talking about it right now, Fanashini. We talking about it right now. So the Tavion and Miles versus Axiom and Nathan Fraser, man. What you got to say about that match?
So around this time now, I was sort of busy with doing something else amongst content with the homies for the other channel. But I mean, I was staying and looking at it here and there. But the one thing, like I said, I was surprised. I mean, again, when you know you have 1 week teammate, and then the other guys got 2 fresh guys, you would think this would be an L for the boys.
Right.
And maybe they come back, they probably try to get an opportunity to get back on the title because they wasn't fully healthy, all that wishy-woo, but not the case. And I'm like, okay, interesting. We're gonna see how that pushes forward on Tuesday, but I'm surprised that it happened this way.
I was surprised that they took the L too, but I'm not. And then again, I'm not surprised because the simple fact that the No Catch Quarter Crew, like, they just really getting their feet wet. So I ain't really just surprised, but it's like, goddamn, you got an injured man over here. You know what I'm saying? You got one man doing most of the work. Then they were pulling off some real classic moves. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no Catch Quarter Crew getting their feet wet. I like that part. The power move from Tavion, the aggressiveness from Miles. I think they're gonna flourish as a team. Just keep putting them in some matches. But I like the match though. It was a good match. But Ashton and Fraser takes the win. They takes the win, retains their titles. Let's talk about Trick Williams versus Ridge Highlands. What you got to say about that one?
Let's see here. What do I have to say about that one? Honestly, I mean, like I said, pretty much this was common sense. It's not like, oh, we were gonna get a different viewing of this overall, right? It's like, okay, like if Opa got to beat somebody at this point, who is it gonna be? You want to beat the new guy that gets the title? Or you want to beat the guy that has the title for a good minute? Like, who do you really want to beat for the title? That's how I look at it. So personally, it's like, me personally, I'm like, yeah, it made perfect sense that Trick got it. So I'm like, yeah, go ahead and take that shit.
Yeah, I enjoyed the match. You know what I'm saying? Trick Williams tricked himself into the ropes, and the ropes were choking Trick Williams out for a minute. You know, the ropes had Trick Williams in the submission hold.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I sort of missed that part when he got caught up. I was like, how did you get caught up like that? How did this happen?
Bro. That boy Trick Williams was caught in the ropes. The ropes had that boy in the motherfucking Spider-Man choke lock. You know what I'm saying?
That was some of the most weirdest shit I've ever seen. I was like, what in the world?
Shit. And the face expression that Trick Williams made was priceless, right? Like
he was tweaking. He was like, nigga, get me the fuck out of here. I'm about to lose my life.
And so the referee helps Trick Williams out, and then Ridge Highlands put him in the finish move. I'm really thinking it's over. Like, it's gotta be over. It gotta be over, right? The man the ropes just choked this man. The ropes choked him. Ridge Highlands dropped him on his neck. I already took the tape off the back of his neck and get a 1-2 ooh, 2.7 seconds. But Trick hit him with the trick shot for the win. He retains. We will be getting Trick Williams versus Opa Femi at New Year's Evil, and I expect a title change. I do expect a title change. I expect Opa Femi to take that win, take the title off of Trick Williams. Trick Williams teleport to the transfer room. Yeah.
So here's my breakdown of this. Hold up, let me make sure I look at this. I want to make sure I look at the timeline because I may have a slightly a very visual change in my opinion. So New Year's Evil, Vengeance.
Yeah, Vengeance Day.
Okay, so here's my opinion, right?
That roadblock after that.
Yeah, Robot's the last one. So I had to make sure to think about it because I had to consider some few things in the mix. But yeah, if New Year's Evil comes through, I believe at this point Trick loses at New Year's Evil. But there's a possibility, keyword, there's a possibility I also can see Trick retaining the title in New Year's Evil. But which one? But the one that I'm gonna stick on to, this is how I see it, right? Because of storytelling, this is how I see it. I see it as Trick retains in New Year's Evil, which forces Opa to get another rematch for NXT Vengeance Day. He gets the title at Vengeance Day. Then Trick and Opa face each other at Roadblock, and Opa definitively finish off Trick for the final time, and Trick is moving to the main roster. Possibly moving to the main roster.
Okay, I can definitely see. I can definitely see that. Yep. Fettuccine, we're gonna talk about the transfer window after this last match. Which was the women's Survivor match, Iron Survivor match. Now, what's a good match? Ren Sinclair.
I try to tell you.
Poor Ren Sinclair. Oh my fucking god. Sol Ruka was the highlight of the match. Zarya was the powerhouse of the match. And Stephanie and Julia played the work as a team to get the other motherfuckers off of it in the match. Right? But Julia ends up picking up the win. She's facing Roxanne at New Year's Evil. For the second time, she's facing off with Roxanne. I don't know how that match gonna go right now. Let's see how things play out through the rest of the year. Your thoughts on that, Wiley?
So how I saw this, something tells me this will not be an easy road for Juliana. It might not be an easy road. So if anyone was paying very close attention when Juliana won, Stephanie Valkyrie was looking real deep over there with her eyes. And, you know, these two are very known to be friend enemies now. So, I don't know, man. You know, things looking sketchy. I mean, not sketchy in the way it was back, but you know what I'm saying? Things can get a little messy, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to being great, you know, things can be messy. And I don't know. Things could get messy. I don't know yet. But I will say this right now, right? And this is somewhat similar to the idea I have for the whole Trick situation, but going on for the women's title. Now because Roxanne and Juliana have met each other already, at this point, I believe they're not gonna fudge this up again. So what I do believe is New Year's Evil, Juliana will take that title away from Roxanne. She will take that title. How I see moving forward is two options. A, she finishes the story at Vengeance Day, or B, she finishes it at Roadblock. Now, why do I say this? Because if she doesn't finish it at Vengeance Day, she may face somebody else, and it might be Stephanie Valkyrie. That might be the option. Or the option number two is maybe, you know, Roxanne amongst Kata Jade does do something, Cora Jade does some funny business, which then forces Juliana to get vengeance on Vengeance Day, which then will lead to Roadblock for one last time at the title, which then letting Juliana be the final winner. I can see that happen. So, I'm gonna go with my second option because I think Jade will do something where it wins in Roxanne's favor. Then they will have to boost it to Vengeance Day, where Juliana gets her vengeance and wins the title, and then of course beating Roxanne all over, like once and for all at Roadblock.
Okay.
Now the only thing though, I don't believe Roxanne moves to the main roster yet though. And the only reason because here's the one reason why I say this. The possibilities of what they will do with Roxanne and Cora Jade as a team. That's still up for grabs.
Right.
I don't know if they'll separate that just yet. So
you think after she loses the title, they go back after the tag titles?
They might. That's why I'm saying it all depends. Okay, now let Freshini's saying they both will make it to the main roster. That could happen too. That could be another thing. But that's why I'm saying it's very dependable, because that's why I'm like, I don't really know yet.
I mean, if they win the tag titles, they're gonna be shifted around the main roster. So.
True. I mean, they're gonna be flexing around there, but that's my whole thing. Because it all really depends. Like, because you already know, once you move these two, it's like, don't get me wrong, they definitely can move Roxanne and Cora Jade up to the main roster, because there's no need for them to be there anymore. I think they already did their part. And right now you got Juliana, you got Zora, you got Stepping Valkyrie. You already got 3 top new women that can fight for the title now. So it's like pick and choose them. So it's all really dependable. But for some reason, something tells me they won't pull that trigger. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But it's all dependable. I mean, if they do, I think it's because the mid-card title. But if they don't, I also believe because they don't want to rush. They want to make it. They want to make it like to where the IC, the women's IC in the United States actually get pushed and worked on before they bring them to the main roster. So that's my thing. I'm just very finicky about how to set that up, because until, like, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, until they make those titles move and shake and make stories around them, I don't think so any of the women from NXT should really move up.